Well, welcome home, everybody, and welcome back to My DVC Points Live. So this week we have joining us Alicia. How are you doing today, Alicia? And welcome back.
Happy to be here.
Hey, thanks. And welcome back, Shannon.
Hey.
Yep. And then, Aaron, this is your first time joining us for the live show, but this Friday, your interview with me is coming out on the traditional podcast. So we're happy to have you here.
Yes, thank you very much. We had a great time talking Friday, and it's just a pleasure to be here with all of you.
So, very cool. Very cool. So let me go ahead and throw up our agenda for today. In our live shows, we're taking a new format, and we're really just hitting like 3 or 4 things, and we're going to be consistently doing these live every Sunday at 9:00. And so we wanted to do a little catch up this summer from our regulars, me, myself, Alicia, and Shannon, and hit our current topics from DVC Info this week. We had a community member question come up: direct versus resale ratios. Is the 75-point minimum enough these days? Or with the restrictions, should we be looking at more? And then, of course, we've got Aaron Del Prince from Magical Wishes for Kids and the Disney Indy Meet. So that's what's on our agenda today. And Shannon, now you had some really exciting news this summer. Why don't you go ahead and tell us about it?
So in May, I won Mrs. Florida America, and 2 weeks ago, I got back.
Yay!
And 2 weeks ago was the Mrs. America pageant. So I was in Vegas for a week, or actually 10 days, and competed at Mrs. America on August 24th. And I made top 6, which I was very proud.
Awesome.
Got to represent Disney in a way because my state costume was Mickey Mouse, and it was Mickey. I called it Mickey Meets Vegas was my costume, but it was a lot of fun, and I was very, very proud. With obviously, I wanted to win, but I was very, very proud to have made top 6.
We're ecstatically pleased that you top 6, man. So that's just killer. Do you want me to roll the video?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Florida.
MICKEYMOUSC from the #1 theme park in the world, the Magic Kingdom.
Georgia.
Yeah. So there was it.
That was my costume on stage. Absolutely.
Yeah, let's go ahead and I can throw the photo up there for the costume, and that's your Mickey Meets Vegas outfit, right?
Yes.
I think anybody who can pull off abs like that, Shannon, I mean, that's incredible.
I've been back for 2 weeks, and the abs are probably not there right now. But I will say I'm 43, so I started pageantry when I was 18 as a freshman in college, and I'm 43 now. So it's been 25 years. So the fact that I had abs and I was rocking them on stage, I'm very, very proud.
Yeah.
I'd say walking in those high heel mini shoes. I mean, those were awesome.
Yeah. Now go ahead and tell us about this photo that you sent over as well. Okay.
So this was all the contestants, 52 of us. There's 51. So obviously the 50 states and then District of Columbia. And they also have a national contest called the National First Runner-Up. It's all the first runner-ups, and it's a voting contest, and it's paid voting, and the paid proceeds go to a charity, and which is Victoria's Voice for Victoria Siegel, who passed away 4 years ago from an opioid overdose. So that winner was from Mississippi. And so there's 52 contestants, and the 51 of us all won our spot from our respective states. And that's all of us in front of the famous Las Vegas sign. It was about 110 degrees. They say that it's dry heat, but it's hot. It's just hot.
It's like being in an oven.
It pretty much is. It pretty much is. So fortunately, we were all so hot that literally we walked outside, took out a picture, and got back on the bus. And then we did a tour of Las Vegas. But it was an amazing week. It was at the Westgate Las Vegas, and it was just a lot of fun. And then my husband and I stayed an extra day. It was the first time we'd left our son completely alone. Well, not alone. He was with my brother and his wife, but it was the first time we left him out of town. So it was a lot of fun. It was a nice time. So I got to zip line over Las Vegas and enjoy pretty much the next day. Since I didn't win, I pretty much just kind of ate and drank my way through Las Vegas Strip. So it was a lot of fun.
That's what I do at Disney every time. Is I just eat and drink my way through Disney. So that's awesome.
Sounds like a vacation to me, right?
Right, it was a lot of fun.
And then you also sent in this photo as well. So
this is with last year's Mrs. America, Nicole Cook, who's also a Disney fan. She actually wore a Mickey Mouse costume as her national costume at Mrs. World. So she was definitely another Disney fan, and she loves Disney. She has 2 boys, and that is in the famous Elvis suite. So the Westgate Las Vegas used to be the Las Vegas Hilton, which is where Elvis used to perform. And the stage where Mrs. America was the stage that Elvis performed at. And this was his suite. So we had a reception that night.
Very cool.
I kind of said I was channeling my inner Priscilla Presley with my hairstyle. And it was kind of right now, but right now it's just because it's dirty. But it was a lot of fun. It was like I said, they treated us like royalty, and the girls and I were still connected through Facebook, and the winner was amazing. Her name is Natalie Winslow. She was Mrs. Nevada, and she's also a Disney fan, so you gotta love her.
Yeah, gotta love them all, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great time.
Now, Alicia, while we were having fun this summer, you were busy working, right?
I work, sunrise to midnight every day, but someone's got to put on the party, right? So that's a good thing. Yeah, we're up here in Silver Lake Sand Dunes in Michigan.
Yeah, and so just so everybody knows, we decided to take the summer off because Alicia is she runs a tourist business, right? And in Michigan, our tourist season is like Memorial Day to Labor Day. So you got to make hay while the sun's shining. And
yes.
But that didn't keep me, because I'm in Michigan as well, from sneaking over and hanging out with Alicia for an afternoon and a day. And
it was so fun. We kidnapped him and brought him to the Silver Lake Sand Dunes. It's the only place east of the Mississippi that you can drive your own car on the dunes, which is really cool. So we brought him up there in Will's Jeep, and that's my son Will. I don't know if you've heard him yet, but he's like 17, and he bought that at 14, and he's put a roll cage in it and new shocks and tires, and it's called Willow One is the name of that Jeep, and he likes to jump it. And if you can see in the background of that how big the dunes are, you can take all those little specks on top of those dunes are what you can drive over. So I call this the Disney World of Michigan, because it's such a unique experience. You can't do this anywhere else like this. There's Lake Michigan right attached to it. And you get to, put your hands up and go, woohoo. So it makes it kind of fun. You can make your own roller coasters.
Yeah. Well, speaking of roller coasters, you sent over. And that's what we got to do this summer was go jumping there. And then Alicia finally got me out on a golf course.
It was great.
Yes, this is a golf course that they own, and it is absolutely beautiful.
It's fun. I think I remember didn't you make the award-winning putt, like the big long putt at the end to win the game?
I think I did it to tie it. Right?
Oh, to tie this.
To tie it, right? To absolute tie it.
It was so fun.
Yeah, and then of course, while we were over there for the theme park fans, my family popped into a theme park called Michigan Adventure. What is it? About 30 minutes, 40 minutes away from the Sand Dunes and where you're at?
Yeah, not too far away. And it's the same theme park that's connected to like Cedar Point. So it's like got roller coasters and a water park, but all in one for that's like what, $35 or something like that. So kind of pricey.
It was very reasonable.
Yeah.
And it's Knott's Berry's Farm. It's Carowinds. I know. There's a whole chain of them. Okay. Yeah. And so that's kind of what we did this summer. And then of course I took the podcast to weekly by the end of the summer, and then spent a whole bunch of time this summer working on our app. And hopefully we'll have that out in a month or so.
Well, Levi just wrote in and he said he's got to come out and see us in Silver Lake. He goes camping with us every year, he said. Yay.
So, oh yeah, Levi, you got to come. You have to come see them, right? Yeah, I should come back in and Jeremy's saying awesome picks, guys, and Valerie says congratulations, Shannon.
Thanks, Valerie. I just saw the comment.
And hi to everybody who's watching that wrote in. So it's a little bit different this time. We have some new tools with the video clips that we can start playing back. So I've been trying to get those toys working and kind of ignored the audience. Bad host. Bad host.
I'll
So-
keep you going. Don't worry.
Okay, great. But now, Shannon, you picked out a couple of articles from DVC Info this week and some community chatter. That's going to be a normal segment for us going forward every week.
So there's actually a couple, but there's one that really kind of sticks out to me. So I'll leave that one for last. But so first of all, just because this is something that is kind of close to my heart, is the application process for the Disney Parks Moms Panel opened on Thursday. And there's 4 specialties that you can choose from, which is Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, and of course, Disney Vacation Club. So you can guess which one I chose. I chose Disney Vacation Club with the secondary of Walt Disney World. And I did my application on Friday. I was actually going to wait till the weekend, and then I looked at the questions on Friday, and I just kind of decided, yeah, I'm going to do it right now. So I did my application. This is my 3rd year applying. So first year I didn't make it past round 1. Last year I made it to round 2. So I'm hoping the 3rd year is the charm. So we'll see. But if anybody wants to apply, you go to momspanelsearch.com and you can look at the information. You have to have visited, if you're going to do Walt Disney World or Disneyland, you have to have visited either of those parks within the last 12 months. And the Disney Vacation Club or Disney Cruise Line, you have to have experienced one of those vacations in the last 2 years. So that's the requirements. There's other requirements too. It's all on there, but those are probably the major ones as well. So
Yeah.
I encourage people to apply. I would say that if you aren't a Blue Card member, I would not choose Disney Vacation Club as your specialty, just because the questions on the Disney Vacation Club applied. There was a couple questions regarding membership extras. So if you aren't a Blue Card member, you can't experience those. So
You probably wouldn't be able to intelligently speak about them, so they're going to just rule you out.
Exactly. So I would choose either Walt Disney World or Disneyland with maybe Disney Vacation Club as a secondary. So that's just a little advice I would say.
Good job making it to round 2. I've only got through round 1, so I
Okay.
must not write as eloquently as I speak. So
I learned a lot with the process, and then I found a Facebook group. Gotta love those Facebook groups. Found this Facebook group that's been really encouraging, and it's just a lot of fun. I've kept in touch with a couple, with I think 2 or 3 of the people that made it last year, the moms that made it last year, and I've got to follow their journey. So it's just a lot of fun, and you get to cheer them on. So that's a lot of fun. So the next is on dvcinfo.com, and I'm going to just pull it up so I can see it. They have the Saratoga Springs, some refurb photos on there. So it was from about a month ago, but it was when I was in Vegas, so I didn't see them. But there's some before and after photos, and they're pretty amazing. I own at Saratoga Springs, and these pictures, I think this may make Saratoga Springs no longer the resort of last resort.
Yeah, it
nice.
really could. I mean, Aaron, you own there as well, right?
I do. Yeah, since 2004.
Yeah, so you're like an original gangster owner of
Yeah, it was pretty quick right after they opened sales. We made the leap into the water, and I'm looking forward to seeing the refurbs, because it definitely needed it. Some of the rooms were showing wear, the carpet was showing wear, so this is definitely a needed refurbishment.
I love the location of Saratoga. I mean, next to the golf courses and next to downtown. I mean, or Disney Springs. Oops.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, when they overhauled Disney Springs, that really brought some life to Saratoga Springs. Some people still look at it as just one giant resort, big community, and Disney Springs really, I think, brought it to another level.
We're staying at Old Key West in December, so our big trip is every December, and it's for our son's birthday, and we're staying 8 nights at Old Key West in a 1-bedroom. So we're looking forward to having that proximity and that boat ride, just to Disney Springs, and last year we were only able to get there one night, so I think we'll probably get there a lot more. We're really big fans of the boathouse, which unfortunately Tables of Wonderland doesn't work there, but it's still worth it. It's so good.
It is.
That's our one big dinner this year is the boathouse, and that's built after a restaurant in Chicago on Lake Michigan. So it's kind of fun.
And the boats are amazing. If you've never done a boat ride, now we did it in October of last year, and at like 2 o'clock.
Now is that the
yes,
the AMPA cars or whatever they're called?
The AMPA car, yes. And we did it in October of last year, and it was like 90 degrees outside, and we did it like at 2 p.m. It was not.
No.
I mean, our son fell asleep actually, and they gave us umbrellas so that we wouldn't like cook. But it was really cool. We actually got to tour. You see Saratoga Springs from the water, and to see Disney Springs. If you have a chance to do it, it was totally worth the money.
It's on my bucket list. It's definitely on my bucket list.
It was a lot of fun. Like I said, our son enjoyed it until he decided to take a nap. That's what happens when you have a toddler.
Yeah, my trip home, I actually got to do the balloon ride for the first time this summer.
We tried to do that. So we did the Amphicar as a backup because the balloon ride, it wasn't going up because it was too windy. So that was our original plan. So,
I had asked about that. And so come to find out, you need to hit the balloon in the morning.
Okay.
And if you get there before like 10:30, I think, with your DVC card, you can get the early bird discount. I think everybody gets it until 10, but DVC members get it till 10:30.
Okay.
But they said not just for the discount, but you're more likely to actually be able to get to go up because the winds haven't picked up in the morning yet.
But that's good information because we'll be going in December, and that might be something because we tend to do parks in the morning and then take the afternoon off. But we do have a couple of days where we flip that, so that might be something we do in the morning. It'll be fun.
Now, granted, there is nothing going on at Disney Springs other than Starbucks is open. At 10 o'clock in the morning or before that.
But I think Santa gets there at 11. So in December, I think he opens at. I have to look it up, but I think the tree trail and Santa gets there at 11. And last year we went to go see Santa, and it was a 3-hour wait.
Oh, wow.
We were at Disney Springs. We went and had dinner. We did the tree trail. And then we got back to resort and we got the text that, okay, it's time to see Santa. And we were already back at the Polynesian. So we were like, yeah, I don't think we're going to go see Santa. So I think we're going to miss him. So to go in the morning might be a good idea.
Yeah. Lorraine had a pro tip here as well that you can get a Groupon that can be used until 6 p.m. daily. So
I did see the Groupon. You do have to buy it 24 hours in advance. You can't buy it the same day. So just FYI. And if you can't use it while you're there, you don't get your money back. So if you go there and there's wind. So if you're there for a week, then you have some flexibility. But if you go there for a specific time, it's the risk with the Groupon.
Very good. Very good.
And then my last, which I'm personally very excited about because I'm a huge NFL fan, is the Game Day Lounge at the Reunion Station. So that was just announced, I think today or yesterday.
Yeah, it's been recent.
Yeah, so it was over the weekend. So Disney Vacation Club's members and their guests, I'm just going to read from here, can kick back and enjoy a variety of food and beverages while they watch 2 featured games for the day. And so that would be the 1 o'clock game and the 4:15 games. So you're talking about 6 hours worth of games. Now I'm talking about NFL, but they also have it for college. I really don't care about college football. Sorry for everybody who likes college football. But so you have booking the experience includes the following: access to Reunion Station to watch 2 football games, one beginning at noon or 1 p.m. and a second mid to late afternoon game. A menu of featured foods, snacks, treats, and appropriate and for any tailgate party. 2 adult beverages per person ages 21 and above. Those under 21 will be offered Dole Whip and a Mickey ice cream bar. My husband is over 21, but I think he would probably go for the Mickey ice cream bar and not a big drinker. And then fun halftime activities. So
I think it would be a fun way to spend an afternoon. Like for my son's 18th birthday, we rented one of the cabins and we're super excited to be there. And all we're going to do is squat all day long. And we're just going to sit there. But I mean, as like
Yeah.
you said, we could bounce in and out. It might be fun, like let's say for him, if he likes football, or him and my husband or whatever, just get it for them and they can bounce in, get their snacks. And I think it has chicken wings and some, a couple of cocktails, and they can go do their boy thing, and I'll hang out by the pool. So that'd be good.
So it's offered Saturdays and Sundays from September 15th through December 28th, running from 12:30 to 8 p.m. Each day. So that's
Perfect.
7.5 hours. And the price is $50 for adults and $30 per child ages 9 and under. So that's probably one of the cheaper prices that I've seen. And especially for something that's 7.5 hours long. Obviously, if you're going to be in the parks, it's probably not worth it. We tend to arrive on a Sunday. So we have a trip planned in October and one in December. So we arrive on Sundays. So if we can get there within, close enough to that 12:30, 1 o'clock start time, then that might be something we do for sure.
I wonder if they'll give any like football tchotchkes and stuff. Sometimes they do like party swag.
Yeah.
Throw you a Nerf football.
Yeah.
Never can tell. Yeah.
Right.
We ended up going to Reunion Station this summer and taking the animation class and the cake
I wanna do
decorating
that.
classes.
Those
so
are the two I want to do so bad.
Yes. And so if anybody's listening or tuning in and figuring this out, I would love to record a podcast review episode with you guys. I just need more people that have done it to come back in and say, hey, I want to do this. We can ship you a mic, and you're anywhere in the US, we can get you a mic in the 48 states and mic headphones. We'll make it happen to do a podcast episode on it, because Reunion Station is a hidden gem of DVC.
Yeah.
Right. It is absolutely incredible. The cast members in there, I can't say enough great things about. They're just the most helpful, wonderful people. And it was just a great time and experience. So.
Was the cake yummy?
It was.
Oh.
It was. And it was a fondant cake and the fondant actually tasted good. It tasted similar to like the marshmallow fondant you would make at home.
Did you put a character on it? Did you, Disneyfy it?
It was a Mickey one, right?
It was Snow White themed. Okay.
Oh.
So
Okay.
it was the Snow White colors of like the baby blue with the red and the yellow.
Okay.
And you made roses and
Now,
Yeah,
have
there
you
was-
taken any skills home with you?
yes. Well, Reagan and I each took home this cake that was probably this big. So it was maybe an 8-inch cake each.
Okay.
And it was delicious. So
But have you made any cake since?
yes, Reagan has. So
Okay.
I should have, you know what? I'll post it in the My DVC Points community group or on our Facebook page. And because I am like really proud of the cake she made after the skills she learned there. It was really cool.
Great.
So yeah, really cool. Can't say enough great things about Reunion Stations. And other thing is, I'm just going to throw this comment up here because I thought it was cool, but Alicia, you got some props on your Tigger from YouTube.
Tigger.
So, right?
Nice.
Yeah, because we're bouncy. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get into our feature story for today. And that's Aaron. Aaron,
Yes.
you're a busy man. So
Very busy. Yes, very busy. I'm not kidding when I tell you I sent out 47 emails today. just cranking them out.
yeah. And for those, if we haven't covered it yet, Aaron leads up a group called Magical Wishes for Kids, right?
Yes.
And you guys do fundraisers for Give Kids the World.
That's correct. So really Magical Wishes for Kids started around the Indy Disney meet, which is in 2 weeks. However, the last couple of years, we've been branching out a little bit more, and we've been trying to do more separate events throughout the year. And it could be as simple as a dine to donate. That could be as complex as a character breakfast, which we had back in May. So we're really trying to branch out more and do more things that will allow us to accumulate more funds throughout the year. And then at the end of the year, we always make a trip down to Disney World, and we do a big check presentation at the Village. Last year, we were fortunate enough to be at the Village, and Pam Landworth came out, who's the president, and she met us and talked with us, and we did the check presentation with her, which was really, really cool.
Cool. And just, I can throw this up there real quick. That is magicalwishesforkid.org is your website, correct?
That is correct. Yes, you'll find all of our information about our organization and also the Indy Disney Meet coming up in 2 weeks.
And it's
Perfect.
for kids from all over, like the United States or the world, or where are
So
they all from?
yeah, so Give Kids the World really is it's the place that houses the Wish families or kids who wish to go to Disney World. So if you ever go to Give Kids the World, it's a 79-acre resort. They have several villas. They have a pool, miniature golf. They take care of all the food and the theme park tickets for the kids and the families. So it's basically where they go when they wish to go to Walt Disney World. Um, Give Kids a World works with, I want to say, anywhere from 200 to 250 wish granting organizations. Probably the
Wow.
biggest one that most people are familiar with is Make a Wish. But there are several other wish granting organizations out there that Give Kids a World works with, and they have a connection with each of them. And those are the organizations that funnel the children and families to Give Kids the World Village.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, and Marianne kind of makes a comment here. Give Kids the World is amazing.
Mhm.
So couldn't agree with you more.
Right. I mean, if you ever get the opportunity to go visit, it's located in Kissimmee. It's about 15-minute drive from Walt Disney World, and it's just an incredible place. It's very inspiring when you go there. And if you ever wanted to take a tour, all you have to do is call and make arrangements to do that. And it's also very easy to volunteer. Give Kids the World runs a lot, or depends a lot, on volunteering. And you go out to their website, you fill out a form, they do a small background check, and all you have to do is email them and let them know you're available to volunteer. They'll find you a 4-hour shift, and when you get there, they'll assign you a duty. It could be anything from working in the cafeteria to serving ice cream to working the carousel. They have just a myriad of jobs that volunteers do on a daily basis. The village really runs and depends a lot on volunteering. It also depends a lot on corporations like Perkins and Papa John's to provide food. So it's really it's a very well run organization. It runs like a machine. Like I say, if you ever get a chance to go visit, you really should. It's an incredible place.
And they're able to like help needs of all kids, though. They're really specialized with all of the
Yes.
needs of everybody.
It absolutely. I mean, it's fully handicap accessible from the time that they're picked up at the airport, Orlando Airport. I mean, they are whisked away in a handicap accessible van. They're brought to the village. They get checked in, and then they're there for an entire week. I do know on Mondays, Disney sends characters to the village. I know on Thursdays, Universal sends characters to the village. The whole week is really lined up for them with a great itinerary. There's days when they go visit the parks. There's days when they don't go visit the parks. The village really is it's very contained. There's a lot to do there if you don't go to the theme parks. They have attractions for the kids, like I mentioned, miniature golf. All of their food is there, and again, it's just it's a wonderful place, and I would encourage anybody to go take a look at it.
Very
That's
cool.
incredible. Good job.
Now, your organization that you run, and let's focus on over to the Disney Indy Meet, because surely we have some other listeners that are within commutable range. Okay. I know I'm going to be there. I'm sponsoring. I have an event. I'm looking forward to meeting everybody there who wants to come in and say hi. I love meeting people who listen to the show and DVC members.
Mhm.
And so
Yes,
go ahead and tell us about.
Absolutely. Let me give you a little bit of a timeline of the Indy Disney Meet. So it was in 2007. There were about 20 of us in Indianapolis who were really close. We were Disney fans, like, Shannon and Alicia and yourself, Chad. And
Mhm.
we just decided one day, it was over Labor Day weekend, we were going to get together and just, have a good time. We again, there were 20 of us, and we didn't really want to go to somebody's house. So I thought, well, why don't we just see if we can get some space somewhere? So I reached out to, county fairgrounds and said, hey, I just need a little bit of space. And they accommodated us. So, we made a day of it. We had a great time. And after it was over, we said, let's do this again next year. This was so much fun. We'll plan on doing it again next year. And as those 20 people left, they went back and told, 10, 20 other people that, hey, we had a great time. Why don't you come next year? Or, as the year went along, everybody kind of planned to come back to Indianapolis, in 2008. And what was really cool about it is those 20 people turned into 50, and then 50 turned into 100. And then the next thing we knew, we were, people were coming in from the Midwest. And then we started getting into the charitable aspect of this, which was Give Kids the World. And that was around 2009 when I was introduced to Give Kids the World myself through a race that I ran at Walt Disney World. I had a friend who we were partners in the race, and he brought up the idea to the group that why don't we raise money for an organization? And we were like, well, what organization? And he said Give Kids the World, and I said, what's that? Because I didn't know myself. So he told me about it. It kind of sparked me to take that back to Indianapolis and say, you know what, we could turn this gathering or meet into a fundraiser. And so we started doing that. And I think it was the first year, I think we raised like $1,200. And, every year after that, we kept raising more and more money. More and more people kept showing up. And it's morphed into what it is today, which is 1,500 to 1,600 people. Theme park fans from across the Midwest come to it. Even across the country, we have people coming in from Florida, California, Pennsylvania. It's really taken off, and it wasn't never planned to be that way. It just kind of morphed into it. And we're real excited about this year. We have just a great lineup, a lot of people coming in, and we're excited to see everybody again.
Yeah, Robert says he's coming all the way from Utah with his family.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, we're looking forward to meeting you, Robert. So that is awesome. We ought to have some kind of award for who comes the farthest.
Yeah, it's the longest drive contest.
Yes, something along those lines. Okay.
Yes. We've had people come from Florida, and every time people come from Florida, I point it out because they're usually the farthest, and that's not always the case anymore. But I used to bring that up when I was on stage. I'd say, okay, they're here from the farthest, and we would give them a prize or something, to say, hey, thanks for making the trek.
Yeah, and so like last year, it was like $43,000 your organization raised.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's impressive. Okay.
Yeah. So our goal this year is to raise $1 more. We say that every year. We just want to raise $1 more than we did the previous year. But yes, $43,000 was our total, and we raise our money through a lot of different avenues. So at the meet, we have a large silent auction. We have a raffle where we give away Disney gift cards and a lot of Disney, items that you would find in the theme parks. Also, another way that we raise money is through sponsorships, like yourself, Chad. You mentioned you're a sponsor. So we've had a lot of travel agents and a lot of Disney communities come to us and want to be sponsors. And what I find really impressive about the whole thing, and I've mentioned this to you before, Chad, that everybody puts their business interests aside for this, and they come into it with, hey, we're here to help Give Kids the World. You're a travel agent, I'm a travel agent, but you know what? We're here for the betterment of a great organization, and I think that's really what's at the heart of the Indy Disney meet.
It is, because those travel agents, man, that's a pretty dog-eat-dog business. It's just, right? I mean, those of us who podcast look at it like, people who listen to Disney podcasts listen to multiple shows each week, and I can produce an hour of content and cover their Monday morning commute. You can take Tuesday morning, and you can take Thursday morning, right? So,
right,
we don't really see each other as competition. We cross shows and collaborate a lot, but seeing the travel agents do that's pretty cool.
Right. So that's kind of a little bit of a timeline. This is our 12th year doing this. And each year we get more entertainment. I don't want to say we get better entertainment because it's all good, but this year we're going to have more entertainment than we've ever had, and we're excited to have Yeehaw Bob back. He was in 2017. He joined us. He's coming back again this year. Yeehaw Bob, if you're not familiar, plays at Port Orleans Riverside every Wednesday through Sunday night.
He's so good.
He is. You know, it's always great to just pause your vacation and go talk to him or go see him play. So he'll be there. And then we're bringing somebody in from California named Brian Hall, who is a voice actor and a Disney impressionist. He does Disney, you know, fictional characters really well. And so he's going to be on our main stage. And then we have some of the usual folks that come and join us. Jim Hill, Jeff Barnes, Disney author. Lou Mangello will be there, and Lee Cockrell, who was a former executive vice president of Walt Disney World Operations, will be there. He'll be doing a special hard-ticketed event, as well as Imagineer McNair Wilson, who was one of the lead Imagineers on the Tower of Terror project.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. My buddy McNair is going to come. I'm looking forward to seeing him again as well.
Right. Yep.
So, yeah, now the other thing that's important to note is keep a lookout on his page or my page as well. That silent auction is done online. So everybody who's hearing, watching, listening, however you're consuming this content, there will be a link on our Facebook pages that you can come back in and participate in the auction. And there is some really cool stuff that comes up there.
Right. It's important to know that this year, more than any other year, you can actually participate away from the Indy Disney meet. So one way is what you just mentioned, Chad, is our silent auction. It's actually going to go live a week from today. So next Sunday, it'll actually go live. You can probably register before that, so you can get your ID and your account created, so that next Sunday you can actually go in and start bidding. And so the other way you can participate is we're giving away a 6-night, 7-day Walt Disney World vacation package for a family of 4, and you can actually buy those tickets online as well, and you don't have to be present at the meet to win. So, you know, you could be sitting, you know, in Boise, Idaho, and buy a ticket, and then you could win a vacation to Walt Disney World.
How much are the tickets?
So the tickets are $20, and it is a $20 donation. So the full $20 goes to give kids the world.
And if I remember correctly, there's not a whole lot of tickets being sold there relative to the value, right? So your chances of winning for $20 are pretty darn good.
They are. Yeah, I don't think you're going to have a better chance of winning a Walt Disney World vacation than right here. It's
and 6 nights. That's a good prize package.
It is. It's deluxe accommodations. It's the standard dining package.
Oh wow.
Yep, and it's your theme park tickets, and then we're giving $100 Disney gift card with it as well. So
$20. That's like 4 ice creams.
Yeah,
right. So
for the cost of 4 Mickey bars, okay.
Yes, and again, it's, you know, the total proceeds from that giveaway is it's all going to Give Kids the World. So for anything else, your $20 is going to, you know, impact the life of a critically ill child.
Really cool there.
Yeah. So the day of the event, we're going to be live streaming, you know, throughout the day. You know, another way that if you can't make it, we will be, you know, broadcasting entertainment. We'll be doing interviews. We'll be walking the floor. So there'll be a lot of chances to interact as the day goes along. But I like to think of the Indy Disney Meet as kind of like a wedding. You know, our core group of volunteers, about 25 volunteers, we plan this one day throughout the year, and then it comes, and within 8 hours, it's over. It really reminds me a lot of my wedding day, because it came and it went so fast, and you reflect back and you think, all of that planning, and we just like raced through the day, and that's exactly how it feels.
We do them every weekend up here in the summer. It goes, one of our, I hope your auction does well. We had one auction that raffled off a case of Natter Days. If you don't know what Natter Day is, you'll have to try one. Oh no, you have to try one of those. Yeah, it raised $1,000 for a case of Natter Days. Like it's insane. But yeah, so you know, I wish you nothing but the best. It's going to do a great job, and you're making a great impact in a lot of people's lives.
Yeah, I think our auction is just loaded with just a lot of great Disney items. I'm sitting next to 3 hitchhiking ghosts over here that are going to be in our auction that came from Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party this year. So I'm sure those will be, you know, great items for somebody to have, and they'll find a nice home.
Oh, very cool. So If anybody has any questions for Aaron, we're going to keep going because I got so excited that Aaron was here. I forgot to answer our listener question for the week. Okay. So if you guys think of a question for Aaron, we're going to do that. But we want to come back over and answer that question because I did promise it in the agenda. And so that question was, is 75 points direct enough these days? Or what kind of ratio and split would you guys consider taking between direct and resale if you were going to do this? Now, the reason why you buy resale is you can save thousands of dollars on resale. So versus buying direct. And so that's a good question. Is the 75 point minimum something that's still valid, or do you need to go above and beyond that these days?
Well, I'll go ahead and start and just tell you, I think it's valid right now. I mean, will they raise the point requirement someday? It's very possible, but if it were me, I would wait until they came out and told me that. So I would sit on 75 points and I would buy resale with the thought in mind that someday I may have to go back to Disney and buy another 75.
Yeah, you could always add on more, right?
Right.
And I look at it.
My biggest concern is with Riviera. The point chart for Riviera is very high.
Yep.
So 75 points isn't going to get you very far unless you are lucky enough to get one of the 20 tower studios. So I think a lot of people are probably buying in at 75 points, thinking that's enough, and maybe basing it on those tower studios, not realizing that it's really not going to get them very far. So I think if you're trying to get in with 75 points just to get the benefits and then buying resale, that's one strategy. But if you think 75 points is going to get you a week's vacation and you're buying into Riviera, it's probably not going to get you very far at Riviera. At other resorts, it will, but not at Riviera.
Yeah, that's just it. Like right there in I think you nailed it.
Yeah.
Go ahead now.
I think Riviera is beautiful. I mean, I've driven by it when we were there not too long ago, and it looks amazing. And the renderings and the models that we've seen, it looks like it's going to be just spectacular. But I like to be frugal with our points. So I would prefer to stay in Old Key West in a 1-bedroom than at Riviera in a studio.
Right.
Personally.
I think it's going to be the most elaborate Disney Vacation Club resort in the family, for sure. Besides maybe Alani, but yeah, I think at Walt Disney World, I think it's going to be the most elaborate resort, DVC resort.
Oh, really? Even beyond Grand Flow?
Yes.
So, okay. Well, it looks like we lost Alicia here.
Uh-oh.
But yeah. So the question here becomes, if you buy 75 points, yes, that will unlock the benefits and you'll get your blue card. But will 75 points be enough to get done? Let's say you wanted to go to Riviera or you wanted to go to Reflections. Okay. I don't think it would be. The other thing is I sat on there one day and wanted to have I wanted to go to the DVC member cruise. It is my bucket list. And when I first bought in, I picked up the minimum points, which was like 25 or 50, something like that at the time. And all the rest of my points on resale. And then when I started looking at that member cruise going, you know what, maybe I better do my next add-on over at Copper Creek and Poly with some direct points on the incentives. And so that I could borrow, okay, to get one person into a member cruise and then pay cash for the second one. But now the same thing would come true if my resale points weren't grandfathered in. I just looked it up on the charts. It's 391 points for a week in the summer when we go at a 1-bedroom over at Riviera. Okay. 75 points isn't going to get you very far to your point, Shannon. So
I think this, I priced it out where the same time we're staying at Old Key West in a 1-bedroom would be double or close to double at Riviera in a 1-bedroom. So, and I mean, trust me, if money was no option, I would, buy at Riviera, no problem. But, we're frugal. We have 270 points, but we're frugal. And I like that 1-bedroom, especially when we're staying for 8 nights. We have a toddler. We like some, couple time, but we like to, be frugal so that we can have another 4-day trip throughout the year. And that's usually our plan. So the plan when we originally bought was to have that 1 week vacation. But as we got in, we realized, oh, if we're frugal, we can have 2 vacations. And that's usually what our strategy is. And I think that's a lot with Disney Vacation Club members is that
that goes on.
Yeah, that's their jam, right?
You see that the standard views are the first to go. You're not seeing the theme park or, when you're trying to get into Jumbo House, the standard views go first, not Savannah. So
I was just going to go there, Shannon. You took the words right out of my mouth. I was like, I'm thinking Animal Kingdom Lodge. I'm thinking, 7 vacation points for a night, You can
see the animals when you're walking through the hall, You don't need them outside your room. I mean, it's nice, but we actually had a standard in July. We were there for a 2-night staycation, and we had a partial Savannah. So you can get a partial Savannah view with a standard booking category. So I think that even when you're frugal, 75 points, and that's what I'm concerned about with a lot of these new members getting in, is that 75 points, that might be the minimum to buy. But then they realize, and that's why the studios are so hard to get into at Copper Creek and even Polynesian, because Polynesian, I think for the week that we go every year in December, now beginning of December tends to be one of the most popular times. It was booked out 10 months out. Like I was checking and it was completely booked. There was no way we were getting in. Last year we got in, I was able to piece together a vacation at 7 months out, but that wasn't going to happen this year.
Yeah. So like you said, it's the cheap rooms that sell out first. You even see that at Grand Flow where it's not exactly point effective, but the lake rooms always sell out before, or the standard rooms always sell out before the lake rooms. Okay.
And I appreciate all of you because I'm the other end. I only go 1 time a year and I'm going to go big. I got the 2 bedrooms. I'm staying on the cabin. I'm going for 5 days. I'm squatting in that cabin. I've stayed.
Well, I'm only 3.5 hours away, so I might just come and visit.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to come in and crash her cabin. So, right.
Yep. Hey, Chad, we're still going to do that Super Bowl party in February. So be ready. We're going to rent out a cabin and we're going to have a Super Bowl party in February.
We're going to have to pull something off on that one there. So, and that's just a teaser that's coming up to this Friday's podcast that's coming out with Aaron. So we talk a little bit about doing some fundraisers in some grand villas and top end DVC stays. So, but yeah, I mean, to answer the question, I would at least get 40% of whatever your ideal stuff is that requires direct. Okay. So that this way you can bank, borrow, hit it, and then have a little bit of wiggle room on that one. So
and I think if you're going to buy into, Copper Creek did raise the price, but I think
it's almost sold out. It's like over 95%. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I regret, and we had some pre-show communication. I regret not buying direct. I would say bought on a whim. But when I talked to someone for DVC, they just basically told me I could buy into Polynesian or Aulani, and that was it. And I wasn't interested in Polynesian. There were no 1 bedrooms. That's what I was looking for. And Aulani, well, it's in Hawaii, and that's not what I was looking for either. So I thought resale was my only option. Now, this was a couple of years ago when the resale direct prices were a lot less. They have gone up. But I really wish that I did have more of my points in direct just to have that flexibility.
Yeah, but everything you have is still grandfathered now, right?
Yes. Well, we did buy enough direct. I did buy some direct to get that benefit. So we are Blue Card members, so we do get to go to.
Yeah, but even your resale was what, 2016?
It was just after that change. It was
okay. So you can't use yours for cruises, okay? Right. But you can use yours at Riviera and all of the other new resorts.
Absolutely.
So it's really, you're talking about cruises, okay?
Yeah, because I think for us, Adventure by Disney and Disney Disney Cruise Line, it's probably not the most economical, and it's probably not smart. But like you, if I wanted to do a member cruise, I really don't have that option because I only have 25 direct points. But so that's I think hindsight's 2020. I might have done things differently. I don't regret. I got a great price on a resale contract, so I can't complain.
Mhm.
But I think it was a little bit of an impulse purchase. So $20,000 impulse purchase, probably not the most.
We all have the backpack. We're all there.
Yeah, but,
Yeah.
I don't regret it. Fortunately, I don't regret it, and it ended up being a great thing. So it's hindsight's 2020, but I do wish that I had done the tour and actually spoken to a guide and not just someone on the phone before I had gone to resale, because the person on the phone did not give me the most, I guess, accurate information. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing of it is you can always buy more direct now. I
Yeah.
think, you brought
That's
that
right.
up, and then yeah, even Mary Ann says, pick up 75 at Riviera right now, and then buy 100 more for a legacy resort later, and then you can bank borrow, just like we talked about.
Yep.
And then she also says, like Shannon, she's cheap with her points, and she's an SSR person, and I think Shannon and I are Okie West people on our cheapness. Okay.
I like the space. So, but I have heard that Saratoga has a really nice gym. So I know most people don't work out on their vacation, but my husband and I do. So.
It does, yeah.
I work out
It has
just walking all day long at the parks. It's the only place I run. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and wrap this show up. And thanks, everybody, for tuning in and watching or listening or however you're joining us this week and consuming this content. So I'll go ahead and Aaron, where can people follow up with you?
Sure. So the Indy Disney Meet, you can find us on our Facebook page at Indy Disney Meet, Twitter, Indy Disney Meet, and then our website is mwfk.org. Admission to the Indy Disney Meet is free. It's in other words, you can come, you walk in, you can participate in the fundraisers if you'd like. You can just come and have a fun day and a great day out of it, whatever you'd like to do. But we're looking forward to welcoming everybody to the event, and it's going to be another great day. I'm sure of it, because last year we were just blown away, and I think the guests were as well, as far as how the event went. I always ask people who had been there just for the first time, and because they come to it and they just don't understand it, but when they leave, they feel like it's one of the most unique events they've ever been to, and I can understand why they say that. If you're in the Midwest, make the drive out. It's well worth it. You'll be happy that you came.
Very cool. And that's the Disney Indy Meet, September 21st, 2019.
Yep.
And magicalwishesforkids.org, right? MWFK. Okay?
That's correct. Yep. You can get all our information on our Facebook page and on our website about the event.
Okay. And Shannon, how can we follow up with you? I know I've got your website ready. So
Yeah, so I have a blog, DisneyDays.com. And it was a little bit of a hiatus after I won Mrs. Florida, so as I was preparing for Mrs. America, but I am back, so you can find me there, and feel free to. I actually my most recent post was about our podcast show about the hurricane and what to do if you are, I wouldn't say stuck at Walt Disney World during a hurricane, but it's because you're really not stuck. But it
sounds like fun to me from everybody who's been there. So
if I need to evacuate, I'm going to Walt Disney World. So, and we actually talked about that. So, but that's where you can find me.
Yep. Perfect. And then Alicia and I are always available in the community group. So mydvcpoints.com/groups, I think will take you there, or facebook.com/groups/mydvcpoints. So, and there you go for us. And so thanks for tuning in, everybody. And I forgot, Alicia, Golden Sands, right? We got to do one more plug for that awesome.
You're so sweet.
Right?
Golden Sands Golf Course in Bucket Bar up here in Silver Lake. But, Silver Lake is only open for like a hot second. So if you're going to come before it snows, you better hurry. Right.
Yeah.
After that, we'll all go to Florida by the pool. Yeah.
Well, let me know when you're going to be at that cabin. I'll be visiting.
Yes.
Yeah.
You'll see us out there for sure. Yeah.
We'll do so. So thanks everybody for joining us, and we will see you guys next week, or you'll be hearing from us on Friday with the podcast. So, and it'll be Aaron's episode. So we'll get to meet Aaron and go a little bit deeper.
Yep.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.